Please have a seat. Mr. Burmester, the state's next witness.
State calls Allyson Christensen.
Ms. Christensen, would you step in front of Brittany? We'll get you sworn in.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, subject to the pains and penalties of perjury? Please have a seat.
Can you please state your full name and then spell both your first and last name?
Allyson Christensen, Allyson Chrisstensen.
Now, I know that you brought into the courtroom your own bottle of water and some cough drops.
Yeah, I'm just getting over a cold and have lost my voice over the weekend, so I'm just hoping my voice will hang with us today.
Okay, excellent. I'm rooting for you. Okay, so are you employed, Ms. Christensen?
I am.
How are you employed?
I work for the Statewide Information and Analysis Center, housed under the Department of Public Safety.
Did you work for them in 2022?
No, in 2022 I was working for the Office of the Medical Examiner.
Okay. What were your duties and responsibilities at the, or let me rephrase that. What capacity did you serve OME?
I was an autopsy assistant and an autopsy technician supervisor.
I see. And so what are the duties and responsibilities, very briefly, of that position?
The autopsy assistant is there to assist the doctor in a variety of ways with removing organs during autopsy, taking notes, photographs, or handling toxicology.
Okay. And on March 5th of 2022, were you serving in that capacity and on duty that day?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Do you know what role you were? My understanding is that's a rotating role.
Yes.
Do you know what you were doing on that particular day?
That day I was assigned to handle the toxicology samples.
So what does that mean? You were handling the toxicology?
So all of the samples are collected during the autopsy, and then my role would be to get them ready and prepared to be sent to their various labs for testing.
I see. Okay. So in this particular case on March 5th, did you receive some samples from Dr. Omer?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. What did you receive?
I can't recall directly. It's been a few years.
Okay. Do you remember? Let me just give this to you. No. Do you recognize, just for the record, what those items are?
Yes, these are our toxicology requisition forms that we use, and it looks like the samples, the toxicology forms for the samples that were collected that day.
Okay. Does that then help you remember what it was you were working on that day?
Yes.
Okay. What was the name of the body from which the samples came?
It says Eric Eugene Richins.
Okay. And so what was requested by the doctor?
Can you clarify?
What sort of tests?
For the testing?
What did you have to prepare?
So testing that was requested, it looks like there was samples to be sent to NMS for testing. There was one sample that was sent to our state lab for different testing. There were some histology tests requested, and then it looks like some cultures that are also done at the state microbiology lab.
Okay. So I'd like to focus in on the NMS sample.
Sure.
What did you receive to send out?
So I would have received the samples after they were collected at autopsy. They're placed into a fridge. So I would have gotten the paper, just like the one that you handed me, and would have used that to submit the test request through NMS.
Okay. Do you know what samples you received, what they were?
On the form it says that there were 3 tubes of IVC blood, which is inferior vena cava,
Okay.
2 tubes of vitreous fluid, which is the fluid from the eye, 1 tube of urine, 1 container of gastric fluid, and 1 container of liver sample.
Okay. Now, was there an indication to do something special with one of those 3 blood tubes?
Yeah, it says on the 3rd blood tube that the doctor requested that it be held in our freezer at the OME for possible future testing.
And is there these tubes that they're collecting in? Is there something? Are they just blank test tubes, or they prepared with anything?
No, they're prepared with things. So there are 2 gray tops, and a gray top, it's a vacuum sealed container. It's just like when you get your blood tested in a hospital. That gray top indicates that there's something inside the tube to prevent the blood from clotting.
Okay.
The other tubes, it looks like they were red tops, which means there's nothing inside of those, so they're still vacuum containers, but there's no additive inside. And then the gastric and liver samples are in, it looks like a cup, so that would have just been a small plastic container.
With no preservatives?
With no preservatives, correct.
So you have those 6 samples that you're going to send out, 1 you're preserving.
Sorry, correction, 7.
Yeah, 6 that you're going to send out, 1 in addition that's going to go
Yes,
away.
sorry.
Or stay, rather.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So how do you package those up, and what's the process?
For NMS in particular, the process would be I would take the requisition form and I would use the online portal that NMS has. We enter all the information that includes the case number, the patient name, date of birth, date of death, date of collection, the person who collected it, what was collected, and then the tests that are requested. Once all of that information is put into the system, a form is printed out and it has all of that information on it. I'll use that form to double check against the samples to make sure that everything matches, so that everything as far as the case number, the name, what the samples are, everything matches on the samples versus the paperwork. Once that's done, the tubes are placed into a plastic vial sleeve, which is just a plastic envelope that has slots in it for these vacuum container tubes. I place the tubes in that's sealed shut. And then the other specimens that don't fit in that, so the cups and that sealed envelope, would be placed into a biohazard bag.
Okay.
I would sign and date the paperwork to say that I was releasing those samples to NMS through FedEx to be tested. I'd place that form inside of the biohazard bag, seal that shut. All of that is placed into a cardboard box that is provided by NMS, and it's 1 case per box. And then that box is, again, sealed shut with a evidence label that I would sign and date.
Okay, so it's sealed from contamination from each other and from other sources, exterior
Yes.
forces.
Yes.
Do you notify anyone that you're doing this? I mean, FedEx,
We would know.
NMS?
Yeah. So NMS would be notified just by using their online portal. They
I
get
see.
that notification, and then once there are enough samples, like at the end of the day, we would notify FedEx to come and pick them up. I believe March 5th was a Saturday.
Okay.
So these samples would have been held in our toxicology lab until the following Monday, and then sent on that Monday.
So that would have been 7th?
Correct.
Okay. And okay. Let's take a look now at the tox lab and health department. Where are they physically located vis-a-vis the OME?
They're in the building next door. It's just a short walk next door to the lab.
Okay. And so, did you have any samples given to you to send to either of those two?
Yeah. So the state lab is not open on Saturdays for the vitreous testing that was requested. So that would have been held until Monday. But the other samples for the cultures would have been walked over directly to the microbiology lab at the state lab.
And did you do that?
I did.
Okay. Now let's talk about histology. Did you get histology samples?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have a particular experience and training with histology at this point?
Yeah, prior to working at the medical examiner, I was a histology technologist at a hospital. I am board certified as a histotechnologist through ASCP, the same board that certifies doctors for medical examiner. So yeah, I have some experience in that.
Okay. So did you have a particular position within the OME regarding histology at that time?
It didn't really have a title, but I did oversee the histology lab, if you can call it that, or the histology storeroom.
I see. And in this case, when did you receive any histology requests on this case?
It would have been collected at the time of autopsy, so on the form here it says March 5th.
Okay. And is there a delay for sending it out?
There can be. So histology is a different process than regular blood testing. So histology tissue needs to be what we call fixed in a formaldehyde type solution. So the histology samples were sent to an outside laboratory in California, and they would all be batch sent, usually once a week. And so while waiting, they would be in a container of that formaldehyde solution.
I see. Now, is any staining or anything done at the lab or done by you?
It would be done at the lab.
I see. And in this case, what did the OME send out to histology?
So it looks like, so histology is labeled alphabetically. Each alphabet letter is one cassette, I guess. The tissue is placed into a plastic cassette. It's about 2 centimeters by 1 centimeter. And so each cassette is labeled in that way. So it looks like there were samples of heart, right lung, left lung, liver, kidney, hippocampus, epiglottis, lymph node, and coronary artery that were sent.
Okay. Did you receive the prepared slides afterwards?
Yes. It shows on the form that I signed and dated that.
When did you get it back?
On March 23rd
Of 2022?
of 2022, yes.
Thank you. That is all that I have for this witness.
Mr. Ramos, please.
Judge, I promised Ms. Christensen when we did speak that I wouldn't have any questions because she answered all my questions. So, no questions.
You can step down. Thank you so much.
Thank you.